Okay, this is Brian Young in ProTinkerToys.com. I'm in my little workshop. Oh, and we're going to be having a special guy showing up this weekend. This is ProTinkerToys.com. Professor Tinker is finally going to show up. He's been on a long, he's been gone. And Professor Tinker is going to show up, and he's going to be showing a lot of stuff. So we're going to talk about today, Pro Tinker Toys, the dissecting of SCX, old and new. SCX has gone through about 5 different manufacturers. Matchbox was one of them back in the 90s, early 90s. This was 93. And then Tecnitoys bought the brand back in 1997. And then Aduca got it about 4 years ago, and now the family took the brand again. Anyway, we're going to be going over the cars here. The evolution of the cars, why some people like the cars, some people don't. Now this is one I think they were the best actually, and they just needed a little bit of tweaking to run even better. Okay, so let's take this car off of its pedestal. Can you imagine having to twist 2,000 cars hand like this, Chinese? This is what you had to do. You had to put this all together. Okay, all this had to be assembled at the factory. That's time. Look at this. Okay, so this is a SCX car back in '93 when Matchbox was making them. Okay, and this is Tecnitoys when Tecnitoys took it, and this was their click and go system, which I did not like. Okay. These prongs would bend and your car wouldn't run for a while. And then these prongs wouldn't touch, or in shipment, like this one was jarred and the motor would pop out of its mount. Okay, bad design, I thought. That's just my opinion. But other than that, I mean, they were good running cars. But like all this comes out, okay, that's the thing I didn't like. Now this is a Matchbox SCX car, which a lot of guys like to buy these because they run really nice. Now they don't have magnets because a lot of cars back in the 60s and the 70s really didn't have a lot of magnets. It was more skill driving, and then all of a sudden everybody had to go with speed. Okay, so let's get this out here like this. Okay, so here is a SCX car, direct wire. See how the direct wire is all the direct wire. See, they did away with that in the newer cars. Okay, they wanted to go with the kind of a circuit type system, which is good, but it's not good for consumers, especially that don't know anything about it, and then they just take it back. But you can do a lot with this car. See, this is a really well-engineered car. Nice car. Now, it's got plastic bushings and all that kind of stuff, but it did have a metal pinion. Nice motor. I think that's the RK42. It's not listed, but most of their motors, see, this is a newer motor. See how the motor is exactly the same? Hold on. And that's an RK41 motor. See that? The motors are pretty much the same. These were good cars when they were made. I have got a lot of these at ProTinkerToys.com. But that's an SCX car. You want to oil this. This is an SCX car from the Matchbox days. Matchbox. And then this is SCX in the Tecnitoys day. From 97 to 2011 is when they went out of business. And I think it's because of this. That's why I think they went out of business, is because of that little invention. And they had to pay royalties. Tecnitoys had to pay royalties to the Arnauld family in Spain for this technology, which was flawed. That's what's so funny. But, because the guy invented it, he wanted to be paid commission for it, and so you had to pay commissions on it. And they did have an adjustable magnet type system. This was kind of cool, though. I will admit that I like that. You'd flip it around, and you could adjust the magnets to make it stronger or weaker. See how you can pull on? See how it's coming out? You can adjust the magnet. Now you wouldn't leave the screws out, but you would flip it around. You'd flip it around like this. Let's get that in here like that. And you'd flip it around, and then you could screw, it would screw into the chassis to almost be flat after the screws are in there. But that's Tecnitoys. First thing you want to do with a Tecnitoy car is make sure the motor has not popped out like this. Watch. See, that's what would happen if it's dropped. The motor would pop out. It wouldn't run because these prongs are not touching this circuit. Okay? Or if you've run it for a while, and your kids might have done it, and they've scritched up these brushes like that, or like this, well, you got to make sure those are flat. They all have to be flat. If they're not flat, you're not getting contact on the track. And then these prongs here, if these prongs get bent over like this, or let's say like that, see, when you put this brush, when you put this on, it's not making contact to the brush down here. Okay, you got to make sure these are all straight. Okay. Anyway, this is just little technical videos. You know, if you want to know what you're buying, this is what you're buying. It's a nice slot car. You can tweak it. You can have fun playing with it. You know, making it run a little better. And same thing with the SCX cars from Matchbox. These are fun cars to run. They will literally run forever because number one, there's not. I mean, they're right here break, but I mean these are just durable cars. And see, this was old decal sticking. See, these are all decals that were stuck. Then it went to screen printing or tempo printing. A lot more expensive. Actually, I like these cars better. That's just my opinion. Okay, this is Brian Young, ProTinkerToys.com, ProTinkerToys.com. The unboxing of SCX and the dissecting of SCX Matchbox and SCX Tecnitoys. Goodbye.